So I did a short-term trip to Malawi just to check it out. But we had a lot of debt at the time. It was about $110,000 of debt, and the diseases were just so foreign to me as a family doctor, as I couldn't see myself doing it. On my way, and just before I left, I was talking with someone who was a missionary there, and they mentioned, I think there's some organization that pays educational debt for missionary physicians to come called MedSend. And on the plane, I saw someone with a t-shirt that said Johns Hopkins School of Tropical Medicine. And so I thought, well, okay, those are my excuses for not going. I don't know tropical medicine and I'm too far into debt. And so I contacted, MedSend, and the Lord brought together our support to go to the field within about 6 weeks of fundraising. And we made the decision in November, and we were on our way to tropical medicine school in June and arrived in Malawi in September. Those of us who were paying attention to Africa in the 90s and the early 2000s know that sub-Saharan Africa was just really badly hit by the HIV/AIDS epidemic. And I knew, of course, I knew that was the case. But here I was in Africa where probably 60% of the patients I was seeing were patients who were dying from HIV. And I had nothing to offer them except maybe some antibiotics to help with the infection that they had and some nutrition to try and help them. When I was in the US, I knew this was this big thing way over there. But now here I am in Africa and people are dying around me. And I remember just really calling out to the Lord early on, just saying, doesn't anybody care that all these people are dying? And it's not something that American family doctors are very used to, having their patients die on them. But, it was almost a daily thing. I was seeing someone who was dying or died, or, I could tell was on this slippery slope and had very little to offer them. God was giving me his heart for people who were dying with AIDS in Africa, that he knew every one of them and he heard all their stories. He heard their prayers and their cries for help, and that somehow this was why I was here to address the HIV/AIDS epidemic.